replying to and roasting trolls.
It's just not fair to me. I'm the victim here. It's not fair to me. I'm the victim. Cut the footage. Cut it. Oh, vegans are always forcing their beliefs on me. They're on a vegan page. Oh, it comes up in my stream once in a while, and I didn't add them as a friend. You poor, poor victim. I turn on the TV every day and I'm bombarded by fast food commercials. But you're crying because what you do to animals shows up in your feed once in a while. When the animals live in tiny, cruel cages and suffer birth to death. But poor you. You have to see it every once in a while. And the more you click and comment, the more you will see it. You just want to hire your hitman and be in peace. Well, maybe the animals want to be left alone and be in peace. I know you're the victim and don't want to hear about how you abuse animals because you're selfish. Oh man, I want some brisket and barbecue ribs. So unoriginal, not witty, not intelligent. You reflect well on your parents who raised a worthless little creature. So now let's read some words of wisdom from Hannah. People don't realizing it, but hunting keeps the general animal population down. Fact. Humans have doubled in 50 years. And we've also killed off 69% of wildlife, according to World Wildlife Reports. Sounds like we need to use more birth control and keep our population down. If there's too many deer or fish or whatever, they'll begin to destroy their ecosystem. They're going to destroy it? No, we are destroying it. Let's see. Super trawler nets, oil spills, plastics. We're destroying tons of sea life. Deer, are they running around dumping pesticides? Are they leaving landfills? Plastic pollution? Polluting the air? The soil? I don't think deer are the problem, honey. I think it's you. Use birth control, please. Child-free, organic, vegan. Those things all help. But it's not the deer that are the problem. They're not taking over and destroying everything. It's us invading their habitats. They were there first. We move in for more suburban sprawl. Yes, cities and public transit, not suburban sprawl and personal cars for millions and billions of people. We cut into their habitats with our suburbs. Then we cut through their habitats with more and more roads. And then we complain there's a couple of deer that cross here and there and they get hit by cars. Because we develop high-speed machines that drive through their habitats. We are the problem. As long as you harvest what you can, it's killing. We're not PC here. You kill. There's no harvest. Or give it away to others. Hunting isn't bad. Tell that to the victims. But yeah, it's not as bad as factory farms. Look up meatvideo.com or meat.org where they torture them birth to death. But hunting does leave orphans. And again, we are the problem, not them. We're the overpopulated pests and we're killing off wildlife and sea life. Poaching is what's bad. There you have it. Human Supremacy 101. Brenda Christmas adds, wouldn't it be great if vegans cared as much for people as they do animals? Humans are animals. And then she goes on, but they're too busy trying to guilt and shame others for not belonging to their club. So it's all about her, not the victims. Her ego, big ego, her guilt is due to her selfish behaviors. If she feels guilty, it's because of what she's doing. You can't guilt someone who knows they're doing the right thing. And her actions, not us, who are just simply promoting for her victims that they pay people or hitmen to abuse. So she plays the victim role very well. Oh, me! So, about helping people. So ignore your victims or the billions and billions of victims and help the animal abusers? And how am I supposed to help the animal abusers? Well, first off, I served in the Peace Corps. So I wasn't too busy then, and several of the people who I met were vegetarian, vegan, and that's when I went vegan 20 years ago. Over 20 years ago, or over half my life. And vegans help people. Yes, veganism helps people. It prevents massive food waste. Most crops feed force-bred animals. It takes about 12 pounds of crops for 1 pound of meat. Therefore, meat starves people. Most of the crops are pooed out. So we're helping people without even trying. More than someone who probably helps people as a full-time job. Speaking of full-time jobs, the government spends billions and billions to help people. You know how much they spend to help animals? They spend billions to torture animals. They subsidize factory farms in the USDA Farm Bill. But we're supposed to help some of the most privileged people in the world. And I also pay for socialist K through 12 when we're child-free for wildlife, paying about 3 months of my salary to parents. Free birth control. That's how I plan to help. When humans have doubled in 50 years and killed off 69% of wildlife in that time, and I see that she has a bunch of offspring. So I'm supposed to help the abusers and ignore the victims. To be honest with you, I would prefer to help a rock over someone like that, because the rock is not a selfish destroyer of others that are at their mercy. And a rock is not a selfish savage that lacks any empathy. It leaves others alone. Factory farms mutilate, debeak, castrate, tail and ear dock, rape, force breed, forced to live in tiny, cruel cages, barely bigger than their bodies, who suffer, birth to death, and can suffer the same as her. You and me. They suffer the same. Yet this human supremacist thinks that I'm supposed to help privileged people rather than their victims. Now share this so I don't have to repeat it. Meat starves people, massive food waste. Humans have doubled in 50 years and killed off 69% of wildlife. And it's not all about your big egos. Okay, human supremacists? Humans are animals. Let's hear some amazing use of the World Wide Web, according to Aaron. Ever stood still by what would happen if we all became vegan from tomorrow on? Ever stood still? Anyways, maybe it's a typo. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's paint a picture, shall we? Besides the obvious of not being viable and clear decline of strength among humans without taking supplements, which, if you know, having to take supplements means you are lacking something, meaning it's not good. He thinks that people are going to be less strong for maybe building houses or roads. Just so we know, as many bodybuilders and athletes are vegan, and just about everything can be found in plant-based foods. B12, for example, is actually in the soil, and there's other ways to fortify it as well. Most vitamins and supplements are not sold to vegans, let's put it that way. All the GNCs are not for vegans. So aside from that, nearly all dietitian organizations, the major ones worldwide, endorse vegan. So let's go on, though. That aside, let's say you all want a better example. Oh, it gets better than that. Oh, man. We would have so much massive surplus of animals all over the world without a place for them to be. You know what that means. A mass culling. And strict rules on how many animals are allowed in certain places, which all would result in more animal killing. The world does not need us to control the animal populations. We screw up enough. Simply leaving animals alone would be a great start. It's humans he's talking about, the human animal that has doubled in 50 years and killed off 69% of wildlife, according to World Wildlife Reports. We are the most invasive, destructive pests. We are destroying everything from the oceans to the air to the soil with pesticides, oil spills, plastics, landfills. Get a clue, man. Look in the freaking mirror. Animals are overpopulating. It's you who are destroying everything. No other animal needs to be controlled. We're destroying. So out of touch with reality, but so confident. Let's put even that aside. More prey animals means more predators and bigger food sources. We're already camping with wolves running around the streets and attacking kids. What's next? A lion running around the town? Are we allowed to defend ourselves? Of course people are allowed to defend themselves. Except we're 99.9999% of the time attacking animals, even sharks. Kill a few people each year. We kill like 10,000 every hour. Shark fin soup, caught in our super trawler nets, and many other ways pollution. We are the worst predator. This is why our socialist K through 12 and parents fail miserably. Some other words of wisdom. Jack. This is why people think vegans are in a cult. Cults usually harm, not help. They think animals have the same rights as people and can do the same things we do. No. Vegan is about leaving animals alone. Simple as that. And causing the least amount of harm. Same rights? Do I think that animals should vote? Do you think I think animals should be able to drive cars? Have free speech? No. Bodily autonomy? Yes. As hard as you can try to push this, it will never happen. Yeah, the police can't stop every crime and murder and rape, and we can't stop every war. Let's just kill each other. Let's just rob, steal, murder, rape, because the police can't stop them all. Ever. Give up. Now, vegan is about leaving animals alone. Cults rape, force breed, mutilate, cage, and kill for pleasure. Same rights, you mean be left alone, not abused. Humans are animals. Maybe you need the same treatment to learn empathy and respect. And I don't really care what animal abusers think, if I'm in a cult or not. Do I care what you think? Animals don't care what you think. They care what you do. It's not all about us. It's about the animals. You never mention your victims. Watch meatvideo.com or meat.org on sick factory farms. So, what do we got next? Michael. Yeah, killing plants is kind. So a dog equals a plant. Oh, no, it's just the birds, the pigs, and the cows that I massacre. And the turkeys and the fish that we boil alive or suffocate, the sea life. So you're saying that dogs equal a plant. Then basically you equal a plant. Because humans are animals. Use your tiny brain and tiny heart. It takes more crops to feed factory farmed animals. So you consume way more crops. And last I heard, removing an apple from a tree, for example, does not kill the tree. Interesting. Finally, look up the word sentient. Use the internet for something useful. Look up sentient and then watch meatvideo.com, meat.org, or Dominion on how animals are treated and share the truth. Meat.org. I'm sick of repeating it, but you eat more plants. Most are fed to factory farmed animals and are turned to waste. It takes about 12 pounds of crops for 1 pound of meat. So look up how these little baby birds are treated. Piglets and baby calves. And even sea life. Watch Seaspiracy. Suffocated and boiled alive for a bite in massive super trawler nets that kill and bycatch turtles, dolphins, and unedible sea life and fish. And if you're going to compare them to a plant and pretend you care about plants, do you not mow your lawn? And then compare a dog to a plant and see how big of a psychopath you sound with your childless, repeated lines that aren't funny or intelligent. So, what other great ideas do we got here? And pretending animals don't eat other animals is the same as a flamingo putting their head in the sand. Great, Chris. Do other animals have a choice? Are there thousands of options, veggies, fruits, and recipes in stores for these some animals that need to eat meat? Do they factory farm or torture from birth to death? No. Do they rape and force breed other species, such as the dairy is scary industry? Look up the video, dairy is scary. Do they debeak, castrate, tail and ear dock, or force into tiny cruel cages to live their entire miserable lives? No. Do they cook the flesh? No. Think deeper than a puddle and do better, much better. Excuses serve no purpose other than to make yourself feel better about your selfish, cruel, sick, and vile behaviors. Do unto others as you would want done to you. It's called empathy, integrity, and respect, and needless cruelty today. If you want flesh, eat your dog after they die naturally. So, Chris, yes, some animals eat other animals. They don't have a choice. They don't factory farm. They don't have thousands of options in stores, and they're not privileged like most people, including yourself. If you want to live like an animal, put down the technology, go live in the woods, but that is also a choice. And you choose to use your privileges to be cruel and selfish. Think and do better. Think of more than just yourself.